Hey everybody, we're here at Fantasy Orchids in Louisville, Colorado. I am William Green, and these are my green pets. And we are looking at a wonderful flower of Zygopetalum mackay. One thing that's cool about keeping my plants here at Fantasy Orchids is that there's a community of orchid growers that is keeping their plants there. And as you can see, this Zygopetalum has gotten so big that the owner has actually split it up several times and given the divisions to other growers in the greenhouse. And so what's funny is that they're all now blooming at the same time. So when you look across the growing area, you see all these zygopetalums that are popping open, and they're all divisions of the same plant. Well, we've been watching this Angraecum for a few months now at this point. This is Angraecum memoria Mark Aldridge, and the flowers are really getting to the point where they look like they're going to bloom soon. The spurs especially are really extending out, and hopefully this will be blooming in the next week or so. Can't wait to see this in bloom. Now this is supposed to be fragrant in the evenings, so I'm going to be happy to stop by after work and see if that's true. In the back of the private growers area, there's a beautiful specimen of Path Philippine Ensei, and it's got 4 flowers on it. And this is one of the parents of my Path Microcopowitz, not the actual, the parent, but the species is one of the parents of mine. And I really like the way that the flowers are nicely spaced out and have those drooping petals, and just love those multifloral paths. They are some of my favorites. If you subscribe to my Instagram, you will have seen that there have been some pretty big changes to my collection this week, and we'll go over those in a second. But let's start out by looking at kind of the star of the show right now. This is my Path Michael Kopowitz, and it's got its 4th flower open. It's got one more that wants to pop open probably in a week or so, and then we'll have all 4. But the color's really nice. It's got kind of this pale yellow color, and the petals have extended out nicely, and it's been 3 years since this plant has bloomed, so I'm very happy to see it again. And it won't be long before they all kind of fade away, and then we'll have to move on. This is my Path Medusae, and I just wanted to show you real quick that a couple of the spikes have actually started to turn brown. Not sure what that's about, but it is unfortunate. Now let's see, this is my Path, or no, this is Falschilleriana, sorry. It's got a nice long spike, and I decided to stake it up this year, so hopefully it will bloom out nicely and I won't break it off. This is Hal, the Bulbophylla Echinolabium, and Hal's putting out a flower. Right just the day that I'm going to leave for Thanksgiving break, he's going to bloom, so that seems to be pretty typical with my plants. They like to bloom when I leave. This is my Path Prime Child, and this guy has not bloomed for a couple years. Last time he did bloom, he had an AOS award, so I'm super excited to see those flowers again. Hopefully they open up and develop nicely. So let's have a look now at the new plants in my collection. So someone contacted me last week. This is a Path Tonsum, and all these paths are from Windy Hill Orchids. This is why I couldn't pass it up. So basically somebody contacted me and said they were getting rid of their orchids. This is a Path Appletonianum, and it's got a spike pushing up, and that they were going to pursue other ventures. And so I went over there and looked, and they had so many nice beautiful plants. And like I said, these paths all came from Windy Hill. This is a Venustum baby that I said, you know what, I'm just going to take them all. So if you have been following my channel for a while, you'll know that earlier this spring I had a Path Colossum that bloomed. And this Path Colossum comes from the same seed pod that my Path came from. So I've got the same, basically one of the siblings of my former plant. That's a Path Urbanianum at the bottom there. This is a really nice little Bulbo Wendlandianum. Really interesting umbulate flowers on those. Looking forward to that blooming. And this is a Phragmipedium, and it's marked as a grande, but I don't think it's a grande. It's not big enough to be a grande. You guys saw my grande bloom last year about this time, and but it's not that big, so we'll see. Next to it, this is a Zygopetalum Jumpin' Jack. So because the zygos seem to do so well in this greenhouse, I'm trying my luck with the zygo. This is a hybrid. It's got 2 spikes pushing out of it. We'll see if they actually make it to bloom. In addition to those guys, I got 4 Sunset Valley Orchids Catasetum hybrids. And I'm not going to go through the cross names right now, but I'm kind of excited about those. I'm not sure if I'll keep them all, so stay tuned, but they do look really nice, and I would like to see them bloom. So I kind of apologize for the haste that this video was made in, but I am flying home to Kentucky for Thanksgiving for this week. So if you are celebrating Thanksgiving, I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you next time here on My Green Pets. See ya.